Hello everyone, this is our next video of Fortinet NSE 4 series, and today video we are going to perform a lab of dynamic routing BGP, and this is the continuation video of the previous lab. So let's understand the topology and then we'll discuss further. So this is the Fortinet firewall, which is IP address of the 4 times 1/32 on port 2. It is connected to the fast Ethernet 0/0 on the router on the IP address 1112. And further, we have two LAN segments and 30.0 and 40.0. So the agenda of this video is to these two routes should be accessible from these host machines. So earlier we have performed the same actions using the static routing, and now we will perform the same using the BGP. So I have already configured this FortiGate firewall with the BGP routing and Cisco router with the BGP routing. So let's show you the configuration, and then we can go with the further testing. So in the case of Cisco router, it is pretty much simple. Let me show you the configuration of the Cisco router. So first I will show the interfaces. So the interfaces once 3 times 1 2/32, this which is on the 0/0. I have also the loopback 5 times this is the 4 times 5. I have configured the loopback also to define the router ID. So let's quickly show you the configuration of the BGP on the Cisco router. Then I will show you the Fortinet side also, and then we'll test the reachability. So in the BGP section, I have configured the networks. So all networks I have advertised on the BGP. I have added neighbor also with the remote AS 200, and currently I'm not using any kind of authentications on the BGP, and my current AS number is 100. So pretty much simple configuration. I have just advertised it, redistributed it, added the neighbor and no auto summary. So this is the pretty much simple the configuration on the Cisco side. So even I can show you more also. If to configure this, we need to go to the router and then BGP and then 100, and here we can perform the configurations whatever I have show you. We can simply just copy and paste here, it will take it, and same is with the neighbor, it will take it. So and rest of the things we can copy paste. So this thing I have did from the Cisco side, Cisco router side. Now, and let's close this router, and I will show you the what are the configuration needed from the Fortinet side. So to configure the from Fortinet side, just click on the BGP. So here is the option for the BGP. This is the BGP, and here we have to configure the things. So first thing, it is the local AS. So I have defined the 200 AS, and router ID is the 4 times 6. I have defined the router ID, which is the loopback address I have configured on this Fortinet firewall. So this is the loopback address I have configured on this Fortinet firewall, 4 times 6. And now let's back to the BGP. So now I have added the neighbor. So let me double click it. So to adding the new neighbor, I can click the create new. So since I have already added, so I am editing the configuration. So here I have added the IP address of the neighbor. So in my case, this 1112 will be the neighbor, and remote AS is 100. I already show you on the Cisco router that we configured as 100 AS number on the Cisco router. I did not set any password for the neighbor. it is not being set. Rest everything is like look as a default only. We're not changing anything. Now there are the other things we can also do as a part of BGP path manipulation, like a filter list. We can apply it. We can do the filter list, in direction, out direction, distribution list, prefix list. So this configuration will also can be performed, but those configurations are not a part of this NSE 4 series, so we'll not cover it. So but these things can be also done using these configurations, like a AS path prevent and route map, other things we can do it. So after the configuration, just click save. It will added, and now I have not added any network groups and the neighbor ranges. Further, I have advertised my the local subnets. So these are my 30.0, which will be the LAN, and 4 times 6/32, which will be the loopback address, and after that we'll apply it. So this is the pretty much simple configuration needs to be done from the FortiGate firewall side. So now here is the option view routing monitor. Just click it. So we can see that our neighbor is now connected. So this is our neighbor. 3 times 1 2/32. This is our neighbor, and this is the IP address of the Cisco router, and it is connected in the Fortinet firewall. Other thing, so this is the neighbor I have seen from this drop down menu. Now I have option to select the static and dynamic routing. So we can see that we are learning 40.0/24. This was the route. This is route we are learning from the BGP, and we are also learning the loopback address from Cisco router, also from Cisco router via BGP. So these two routes I am learning from the Cisco router via BGP protocol. So which proves that our configuration is fine, and now we have connected using the BGP protocol. Two things, let do the some quickly verifications. So from Fortinet side I already show you. Let me show you the Cisco side. So IP BGP summary. So it will clear you that we connected using Fortinet. So we can see that this is our 4 times 1. This is the Fortinet firewall neighbor, which is the IP of this Fortinet port 2. It is connected via BGP. And if I show you that show IP route BGP, so we can see the 30.0 these LAN subnets are present in the routing table of the Cisco side also. So this 4 times 6, which is also a loopback address, which is also advertised by the Fortinet towards the Cisco router. So we verified the routing tables. Also we verified the neighbor from Cisco side as well. Now couple of things we can also do, like show IP BGP to show you the best path. So that is the from Cisco routing perspective. So to perform the verifications on Fortinet, we'll move back to the Fortinet as well. So these commands prove that we have connected on the FortiGate, as well as we have exchanged the routes, and everything looks fine from the Cisco side. So we can close it. Now let's back to the Fortinet, and from the graphics I already verified. Let me show you. Let me quickly run some commands. So there is commands we can verify using CLI also. Get router info, routing table log. Get router info, routing table all. So it will show that routing tables of the static as well as the BGP learned also. So this is the BGP learning, which is from 1112, and this is also a 40.0, which is learning from Cisco routers, and it is mentioned that B means that BGP protocol, and It is mentioned here also. So other thing is that we can verify the neighbor just like we perform the verifications on the graphicals. We can verify the same verifications on the CLI also. So get router info BGP neighbors. So this is the BGP neighbor info, that BGP neighbor is 3 times 1 and 2. This is the IP address and this is the AS number. This is the external link, and we can see that other information of the BGP also. Now we can run the other commands also. Get router info routing table BGP. So earlier was when we put as a all, it will show the all commands, means that static, dynamic, default, all elements will be there. When I say the BGP, that only BGP routes will be present, other routes will not present. So these are few commands which we can perform the verifications on the CLI also. Even we can see the same kind of output using the graphics, which we can verify that BGP neighbors is static dynamic routing. So we have like perform the verification. Now let's move the another part, the firewall policy. So firewall policy I have already created. Let me clear the counters and so that I can show you the, when I initiate the connection, I can show that this policy is being used by the host machines. So let me quickly clear it. Now when I open the 30.10 and let me try to ping 192.168.40.10, it is reachable via BGP protocol 40.10. As this host is having only default route, having only default route which is pointing the FortiGate, and from FortiGate they are learning the 40.10 via BGP. Now let's check from the 40.10 as well. So quickly let's perform the test from 40.10 and we'll try to ping the 30.10. Yeah, it is also reachable. So let's quickly see the policies and the counters. Yes, counters has been increased on the both sides, which indicates that our firewall policy is working fine. That was the video related to the BGP routing protocol on the Fortinet. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching Firewall Experts.